Hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle. And before I begin this very interesting comparison between Blessing Awodibu from the Olympia and him from his most recent version at the Chicago Pro, I would like to officially, publicly apologize to not only Blessing, but all of his fans, to my fans, for being a great big meanie pants in that video that I did. Blessing a water buffalo. I mean, come on, a little bit much. First of all, guys, I never would have did that if I didn't think Blessing could take a joke, and he can take a joke. I seen him post a story on his Instagram where, he knew he was off, and he called himself a water buffalo. He said it. So obviously the guy's a real cool dude. He can take a joke, so I actually changed the title of that video. Maybe I went too far, maybe I didn't. I like when Blessing, he calls Nick Walker a brick. I think that's funny. But anyway, the point of this video is to show that, yeah, he was a little watery, things of that nature at the Chicago, but as you can probably already see, he did in fact improve. It was the prep leading up until the Chicago Pro that screwed him up. He evidently put on some size, some tricep sweeps. And I did mention that. But his legs was the biggest critique. It looks like he has put on quite a bit of size on the wheels. Keep in mind, if his midsection was even smaller, which it would be if he prepped better, then his wheels would look even larger. But we're already a minute and 40 in, so let's go to the next shot here. Front lat spread. And a shot like this is going to suffer maybe the most from not being prepped properly. And the thing of it is, guys, like I said, Blessing made a post on his Instagram on the story. He didn't have a coach. He didn't have anybody prepping him. He prepped himself. So, I mean, if you're a veteran of the game, you might be able to pull that off. But young buck like Blessing, yeah, you kind of need somebody to coach you along and tell you what to do leading up into the event. And yes, guys, the wheels, take a close look. And the chest. And I noticed that in the front double, but we were, running a little short on time. The chest is definitely thicker and improved. Not only that, but the delts, from what I can see so far. But you gotta turn to the side. You get a better view of the delts. And yeah, look at the chest. A little bit more separation. Delta chest, and keep in mind, he's probably a little drier at the Olympia. So the separation is going to be even harder to see. And look at that, guys. It looks like he has improved. Tricep looks a little larger as well. Far pec. Now you look at the wheels, there can be no doubt. The glutes, the hamstrings, the quads. There's no doubt, guys. There's no doubt. And yeah, I feel bad now for making that video. He was even drier at the New York. So if you could imagine that type of condition with the improvements, here's a side tricep, and it's not really being hit to the same spec. Kind of just hanging out. Like a dude at a wedding. You guys like that? Yeah, the arm's bigger. The arm's bigger for sure. And the chest, he has a bigger man's chest now. You're not a water buffalo, Blessing. In fact, you're one of my favorite bodybuilders. For sure. And I believe, and you guys are forgetting this now, I believe he has just as high as a ceiling as a lot of them. Your Michael Crizos, your Jacks, guys like that. Now, the back shot will tell a tale. Which one will fail and which one will prevail? And I think it's most certainly an improvement. The traps are monstrous. Look at that. It cannot be denied that his lats are much lower, thicker, and well developed. And kudos to his, his off season, his prep leading up into the last whatever it would be that he didn't dry out properly. He's baby, please. Look at the, what do they call it? Adductors, his hamstrings. They're touching. His legs are touching. So obviously he did put on some meat. The glutes look a little bit bigger, and the calves as well. I noticed in the other shot earlier, and I never mentioned it. The calves are improved as well. Here's the rear double. Yeah, everything seems to be going as planned. So if my video discouraged, and I'm sure it didn't. I'm sure it didn't, guys. This guy's a champion, but if it did discourage him, I'm sure this one will encourage him to stay on the right track as far as, you're building muscle on the wheels. That's obvious. Calves included, whatever you did with your calves, keep doing that. The delts look bigger. The delts look better. Tricep sweeps. Notice that from the front shots as well. Back traps look bigger, thicker, fuller. All you have to do, get yourself a coach, a trainer, and get somebody to prep you, so we can see these improvements. And improvements they are. You can't deny that, guys. You can't deny that. And like I said, guys, I began this one with an apology. Hey, I'm sure Blessing had a good old chuck, a good old chuckle at some of them zingers, like Santa Claus wearing red. No. All right. But yeah, you can see, guys, look at the delts, look at the arms. He is full as a house. And wheels, that was the biggest question. Will his wheels be improved? Take a look. It is. They are. And the calves, look at this from the front. You can see calves. Kudos. Blessing Awodibu. He ain't done yet. Let's hope to see him at the Texas. You think he can dry out enough for the Texas? I think he can do it. Shock the world, Blessing. Hit thumbs up, guys. Subscribe. Have a nice one.